St. Isaac jokes. It snowed this morning, so you have to dress to counteract the weather. But I know what you guys have been thinking at home. You've been thinking, oh my goodness, if we're doing online school, how am I going to get Catholic News Corner with Miss Allard? Never fear. Here it is. There are actually four things that have happened in the last week that I wanted to talk to you guys about. The first one was last Thursday, the Solemnity of St. Joseph. Solemnities in the church are big feast days where basically Lent takes a break. Lent stops for a day. It's pretty exciting. You're supposed to celebrate. The church sings the Gloria on that day during Mass because it's a big deal. But St. Joseph, right, he was a worker. He was the foster father of Jesus. He was the husband of Mary. So tell me how you celebrated the solemnity below. I know we suggested learning a new skill or spending some time on a hobby. So tell me what you did. I also wanted to tell you a few of my favorite titles for St. Joseph. St. Joseph is a relatively new devotion in the church, but we have a ton of really cool names that we call him. And you can kind of tell that he's rocking because he is the pillar of families, right? Families are such a core part of the church, and St. Joseph is a core pillar of a family, right? He was the head of Jesus and Mary's family. So that's a good one. Protector of the Holy Church. These get more metal as they go on. Patron of the dying. Splendor of patriarchs. Zealous defender of Christ, right? He was one in charge of protecting Jesus during the times when Herod was, not Herod, yes, when they were fleeing into Egypt. And then the last one is my personal favorite, the terror of demons. What a good name. Someday when we all get to heaven, or if I get to heaven and I come down and tell you that I want a super cool nickname, you gotta help me out. Second, we have another big feast day this week, the Feast of the Annunciation. This is when the church celebrates the angel appearing to Mary and Mary's yes to the plan of salvation. It's a great day. It's Sister Annunciata's feast day. Big deal. And St. Isaac Jogues is actually doing a thing where this week we're going to make cards for healthcare workers and the elderly. And there's going to be some boxes on the front steps of the convent. So if you want to drop those off, we'll make sure that they get delivered. And I think that's a great way to bring some joy, like the angel did to Mary, to the people who are really working hard for us during the coronavirus and people who are just alone and lonely. Third, masses have been canceled for a while. Masses have been canceled for a while, and now it's pretty much nationwide. Tons of dioceses are not having public mass, but I wanted to let you guys know that the parishes in the Archdiocese and the cathedral are all streaming Mass on Sundays. Now you might be saying, Ms. Allard, if I'm not going to go to Mass, why on earth am I going to stream it on the computer and do the responses and stuff in my house? That feels weird. I don't like it. But I think this is one of those times when we have to remember that the Mass is not about us, right? The Mass is the sacrament of the church. It is the source and summit of what we do, and the grace that you're getting from Mass is not something to shake a stick at. It's not small. It's a lot. So even if you're taking time out of your day to be there spiritually in the ways that you can, rock on. Even though you can't go, you can still participate in the Lord's Day. And in that sacrifice of the Mass, because every time a Mass is celebrated, it's not just for the people in that church, it's not just for that priest, it is Christ acting through the whole universal church. So Mass is kind of a big deal, so that's just kind of fun. The last thing I want to talk about for Catholic News Corner is the Pope has been really, really trying during this period of pandemic to get people to go to confession, but he's been providing opportunity for plenary indulgences. So those things that you can do sporadically throughout the church that forgive sin and purgatory time. It's awesome. Tons of graces. But on Friday, this Friday, 327, Pope Francis is giving what we call an Urbi et Orbi blessing, which means to the city of Rome and to the world. And this is a special blessing given by the Pope only on Easter Sunday, Christmas, and special occasions. One of the special occasions including when we get new popes. So this is kind of a big deal blessing. You can look that up online. Detroit Catholic has a good article about it. But if you join in that moment of prayer through the media, pray for the Pope, go to Mass and confession, or intend to as soon as you can, because they're very aware of all the Mass things that are going on, you can receive that plenary indulgence, which is bomb. I will post the link to the live stream in this video on Friday. So you guys should check it out. It's going to be great. This has been Catholic News Corner with Miss Allard. Know that the church is not looking quite how it usually looks right now, but it's still got your back. The Lord has your back. Keep praying for each other. Keep praying for the world. I will see you guys soon. Goodbye. And find some sun.